Identity Crisis by Michelle Cruz. Books: The Outsider and Cyrano de Bergerac. An identity crisis is a period in a person's life when they are confused about who they are. They ask themselves questions such as, who am I and what defines me? What people often don't realize is that in order to overcome an identity crisis, they must first understand their roots and their backgrounds in order to adapt to who they want to become in the future. Summary of The Outsider. Written by Richard Wright and published in 1953, Cross is an alcoholic Negro living by himself after separating from his wife for abusing her. After impregnating a 15-year-old girl, the underage girl and his ex-wife threatened to send him to jail. When Cross is mistakenly reported dead from a subway crash, he sets himself out to create a new identity and reinvent himself. Throughout his journey experiencing life as an outsider, Cross finds himself involved in committing 4 murders. He ultimately learns about the necessity of human connection and identity, but his past catches up with him and leads him to his doom. Quotes from The Outsider. History will not respect you nor forgive you for not knowing it, said by Houston, page 421. Explanation. This quote foreshadows the events that have yet to come because Cross chose to ignore his past. Cross's private history will eventually catch up with him for not trying to understand it. He was without a name, a past, a future, no promises or pledges to him to those about him. Page 401. Explanation. From this quote, one can see that because Cross chose to leave his life behind and all of his loved ones in it, he has become completely lost with himself, not knowing his true identity. I wanted to be free, to feel what I was worth, what living meant to me. The search can't be done alone, never alone. Alone a man is nothing. Man is the promise that he must never break, said by Cross, page 670. Explanation. From this quote we can see that Cross has realized on his own that because he chose to live his life without the comfort and presence of others, he unconsciously set himself up to his ultimate doom. Summary of Cyrano de Bergerac. Written by Edmond Rostand and published in 1897, Cyrano is a poet and swordsman who is in love with his cousin Roxane. He's made fun of for having a large nose, and because of that he feels that he is not capable of making Roxane fall in love with him. Christian, Roxane's suitor, seeks poetic counseling from Cyrano, and unknowingly has Cyrano profess his true feelings for Roxane by pretending to be him. After a fight that goes wrong, Cyrano finally has the courage to tell Roxane about his feelings, but by living a lie, he falls into his final doom. Quotes from Cyrano de Bergerac. None is like a fool who knows himself like a fool, and you did not attack me like a fool, said by Cyrano, Act 2, Scene 2. Explanation. Because Cyrano believes himself to be a fool based on his physical appearance, his perception is that everybody else believes him to be a fool as well. Look I as Caesar to woo Cleopatra, said by Cyrano, Act 1, Scene 6. Explanation. This quote shows how insecure Cyrano is about himself with regards to his appearance and his capability to win Roxane over. Here lies Hercule Savanin de Cyrano de Bergerac, who is everything yet was not, said by Cyrano, Act 5, Scene 6. Explanation. Cyrano here is stating his full name, which is what society knows him by. He has come to realize that all of his insecurities were nothing to him, and he finally understands that the meaning of his life was about him not discovering himself. Society might have thought he was great, but in reality he thought of himself as nothing. At the end of the day, it is important for us to know ourselves. And just like Cross and Cyrano came to realize at the highest point in their lives, we cannot go on this journey alone. Because people change people, we need our loved ones to help us achieve our self-enlightenment. And that is the conclusion of this video. Thanks for watching.